Hey, what's going on? You know what? It's the end of January, and a lot of people around this time of year have given up on their fitness goals. I really hope you're not one of them, but if you are, guess what? I'm here to help. We've got 5 fitness tips here for you today that are going to help you start and maintain a solid fitness routine. Are you ready? Buckle up because we're about to get into it. All right, so fitness tip number 1, food. You should be eating food. I hope you're eating food. Believe it or not, there's actually a lot of people that are not eating food that are working out consistently. They're living off of cheese sticks and protein shakes and protein bars. Eat real food. That's tip number 1. Now, a little caveat to that is, well, you should be eating real food, but you should also be paying attention to the food that you're eating. You know, everybody has different nutritional needs. You may not have the same nutritional needs as your friend. You may not have the same nutritional needs as a sibling or even your parents. You may have different nutritional needs than anybody you know. So in that case, you should definitely be checking what you're eating, seeing if it works for you, and making sure that it's helping power you through your workouts. Now, one important caveat that I'd like to mention here is that carbs are often demonized. People say you should avoid carbs altogether, even if you're trying to lose weight. And that's not the truth at all. In fact, you should be eating carbs because carbs are going to help fuel you in your workouts. There's a lot of diets that work for different people. I would say that you have to test out what works for you, but I'll tell you this, carbs are okay. In fact, you need carbs to help you fuel your body so that you can lift weights, so you can run, so you can play sports, do whatever you want to do to burn those calories. Because if you don't have gas in the tank, well, guess what? That tank ain't going nowhere. So make sure that you fuel yourself up not only with healthy proteins and fats, but also with those carbs that'll give you energy so that you can exercise. Number 2, hydration. You know, a lot of people think that they are adequately hydrated, and that actually might be true. There's a lot of myths out there that say you should be drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water, 64 ounces, half your body weight in ounces of water, and all those are actually false. And the reason why that is because your body has a pretty good it's a pretty good system. It has a pretty good method of filtering out the water, getting the water into your body that you need and getting the water out that you don't need. In fact, did you know that if you drink too much water, you can actually die? Now, that's serious. You can actually die. You can overhydrate your cells and the water will fill up your cells and your cells won't be able to get rid of it and you actually can die. So, here's a rule of thumb. If you're thirsty, drink water. And that's pretty much it. Don't try to overhydrate yourself. Don't try to prepare yourself by drinking more water than you need. There's actually plenty of studies that show athletes that when they drink water, if you drink just one glass of water before your exercise routine, you're fine. So, and they've done this with pro athletes. They've done this with high school athletes. So if you're hydrated, you're fine. If you're dehydrated, drink a glass of water and you'll be fine. All right, so on to tip number 3. Shoes. This is a pet peeve of mine because I have so many of my clients when they first start off, they are training, they're working out, and I tell them, hey, you should get some shoes, every 3 to 6 months, and I see them a year later and they're still wearing the same shoes. It's very important to have good shoes. The reason why that is because, well, there's actually a lot of reasons. Reason number 1, you want to have good shoes because of the fact that your shoes are going to wear down and you need support in your feet. You can't walk around with shoes that aren't supporting you. In fact, if you have shoes that aren't supporting you, it's actually worse than walking around barefoot because you have shoes, they're weights that are on your feet that aren't really serving any other purpose other than being on your feet and covering your toes. So you want to make sure that you have shoes that fit you adequately, that have enough support, and of course that can help you do all the exercise that you need to do. So say for instance, if you want to work out and you're going to be a runner, you don't want to be running around with basketball shoes or weightlifting shoes. You want to do something that's going to be more appropriate for the type of activity that you're going to be doing. The most important thing about your shoes is make sure that your shoes fit you properly. You don't want to have squished up toes. You don't want to have your toes all squished up together. You don't want to have your toes all balled up in the front. You want to make sure that your toes can breathe, that you can adequately move your feet throughout your shoes or within your shoes, and you'll be guaranteed to have good stability with every one of your exercises. Number 4, time. Results take time. A lot of people think that you work out once or twice. If you lift heavy weights, you'll be able to see some kind of results. And maybe you will, but they're not going to be results that you can actually visually see. You can see them in the fact that you feel a little bit better. If you really want to look for results, you're going to start having to look at around 21 days, 3 weeks, maybe even a month. Because you think about this, listen, a lot of people, they work out 1 or 2 times, and those first 2 times are actually probably once, twice a week. And the reason why that is because maybe you haven't worked out in a while, and you work out and all of a sudden you're sore and you can't work out for 3 or 4 days. So you stop going to the gym, you come back 3 or 4 days later, you're sore again, and you give up because you're done, right? So this is the key here. A lot of people don't realize this, but you can start small. You just start by just walking in the gym. Go to the gym, walk on the treadmill for a couple minutes, and guess what? You've accomplished something at the gym. You've done a workout. So that's the key, is like a lot of people want to rush their results. You're gonna live a long time, hopefully. So take your time in getting your results. All right, and last but not least, number 5. Attitude. You got to have a great attitude when you walk in. You don't want to be one of those grumpy sourpusses walking around like, here I go again, time to work out. You want to be somebody that's going to be happy because of the fact that you are doing something for your body. You're taking care of yourself. And guess who loves you the most? You. So take care of yourself, enjoy your workouts, and of course, use these 5 tips to help you start a solid fitness program. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep good company.
That's awesome!